A Virginia teen was sentenced to 10 years in prison today, far less than the life sentence that he had initially faced at trial. A verdict was never reached in that trial, so both sides agreed to a plea deal. Ismael Cruz DelCid was 18 when he was shot and killed, and killed 14-year-old Michai Malave in a hotel parking lot in Herndon back in March of 2024. Well, tonight, for the first time, the victim's mother is talking to Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Drew Wilder about why the plea agreement was the best-case scenario.
Jenna Malave's son, Michai, was ripped from her life when he was just 14. Michai was shot and killed after he got off of the school bus with a friend in March 2024. The shooter left the scene, hid the gun, and turned himself in the next day. The shooter was Ismael Cruz DelCid, who was 18 at the time of the shooting. The case went to trial last year, where prosecutors asked a jury to find him guilty of first-degree murder. The Malave family wanted Cruz DelCid sentenced to life in prison. Today, he was sentenced to 10 years.
This wasn't the outcome your family was looking for, but you've made peace with that? Why?
Yes. Well, Ismael should be facing life. We all know that, but I've made peace with it.
I was here last June when this case went to trial. The trial ultimately ended with a hung jury, and prosecutors had intended to retry the case, but they told the court today that they had a witness who wouldn't be able to testify at that trial, so the family and prosecutors felt it would just be too risky to move forward without that witness. That's why prosecutors offered Cruz DelCid this plea agreement instead.
We kind of had to get ahead of it and offer this deal. I wasn't happy about it, but there was no part of me that can sit in a courtroom and they have to drop the charges.
During last year's trial, Cruz DelCid's defense attorney told a jury that his client believed Michai was affiliated with a gang. Cruz DelCid was in his car alone that day, and according to testimony, when Michai and a friend got off of the school bus, Cruz DelCid got out of his car and confronted Michai. Fight quickly ended with a deadly gunshot. Cruz DelCid argued that he shot the 14-year-old Michai in self-defense. Michai was unarmed. Michai's father testified today at the sentencing hearing and told the court his son was his best friend and that he will never be the same again. Jenna told the court that while she's made peace with the result of this case, forgiveness is not part of the narrative today.
I'm just ready for me and my daughter to be able to move on and try to heal without getting that Band-Aid ripped off again every few months.
Reporting in Fairfax County, Drew Wilder, News 4.